Small island developing states contribute little to greenhouse gas emissions, but stand to suffer the greatest and most immediate impacts of climate change. I'll never forget when I was working in the aftermath of the tsunami, how vulnerable the little island states seemed to be, and how I often wondered if I was just buying them a few more years' time before something far more profound and irreversible than the tsunami would approach them. A recent estimate from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change says if the average global temperature increases by 4 degrees Celsius, sea levels could rise so much that some of these nations could become uninhabitable. After the tsunami, the Maldives went from having people scattered across hundreds of islands to trying to concentrate them in only 13 or 14, hoping that people would be able to at least survive if the waters rose. Adaptation and mitigation are very expensive propositions. The best climate and geospatial technology often is prohibitively expensive for many of these nations. So today, DigitalGlobe, with their partners like Blue Guardians represented here on stage, and including SIDSDOC, Conservation International, Grenadines, the World Bank, and the Global Environmental Facility, are committing to provide the key elements necessary for these states to develop national resilience strategies and to build a pipeline of investment projects to increase coastal resilience. In order to do this, the partners first will provide a suite of geospatial data, planning tools, technical assistance, and financial support to enable these states to design their own strategies. Then they'll raise a $100 million multi-donor trust fund managed by the World Bank and an executive steering committee comprised of SID states by September 2018 that will be made available to implement the strategies. I just have to say, there've been 1,000 times in the last 20 years when I wish somebody else would have done this in some other area. Instead of telling people what they're going to do, they're going to help people decide what they should do, and once they have a plan, they're going to actually raise the money to help implement it. I think that's the common language way I could explain what I just said in different words. Through this commitment, DigitalGlobe and the Blue Guardians will drive a wave of sustainable development into these economies, increase the resilience of the islands in the face of a changing climate, and hopefully spur others to follow suit. So let's give them a big hand. This is good. Thank you. Wait, we got to come up here and take a picture. You can organize ourselves by height.